Good evening again. It's the Whisky School and we are doing our Whisky Advent Calendar. Here we are, we're left with a few bottles and we're on to number 7. It is number 7, day 7, counting down the clock to Christmas Day. Here we are, we have this one, which is from where I moved from, Glasgow, just outside Glasgow. I lived, I don't know, 10 minutes walk from this distillery, and Auchentoshan is what we're looking at, the American oak. This is a really good lowland whiskey, good example of what you're going to get from a lowland whiskey. So I'm kind of really happy to be delving into this one. And you know, some of you may be wondering why I'm wearing this big woolly jumper. Well, it's really cold outside, and in true Scottish fashion, instead of turning on the heating, I stuck on my jumper, and that is sweater, hoodie, whatever you call it over in America or wherever you're from watching. I'm not wearing a one-piece jumper, but here we are. We have this Auchentoshan. In 1823 this distillery opened its doors, so this is an old one. It's been around and it's jumped through owners here and there. It survived a World War II bombing, and in the back of it's a pretty cool story. In the back, where they have the cooling water for their systems, for their distillation systems, we have a crater created from a bomb, and they filled it with water. So you know, it survived World War II, and to this day is still producing some fantastic super tripled distilled whiskey. That's the kind of first that we're looking at as far as the Scotches are concerned. You know, there's not a lot, maybe 6 handful of distilleries, Benriach, they're doing triple distillation in some bottles. But this one focuses on the triple distillation. They believe it gives a smoother taste to their whiskey. It brings out those fruitier notes for them. And here we end up with this American oak, which again, first fill American X oak barrel is what we've got. Now, I picked a fancy glass today, a bit too fancy for me, I know that much, but some of you can pull off a fancy glass. I don't think you can, and also it's very breakable, dangerous in my hands. So we've got this one here, and we're going to just pour that into the glass, bit for the table, and here we are. It's lovely light golden colour, you know, and that's reminiscent from the oak barrels and that first fill barrel coming through, pulling those lovely colours through. You know, it's triple distilled, as we said, so we're getting, you know, that citrusy smell coming in there. Well, that's lovely actually. It's really nice on the nose, really light on the nose. We've got, you know, vanillas coming through again, that bourbon barrel. We pull those vanillas into there, and a little bit of sweet coconut or something kicking around there. Lovely, beautiful. Slange, I'm going to try this now. Again, just letting it sit in the mouth. Just wait there for a wee while. Let it mature in my mouth. You know, you're getting those really light notes coming through, very light notes, creamy notes coming through. You'll feel like zesty on the, you know, grapefruit, kind of like a sugared grapefruit or something. You know, when you're like 5 years old, sitting there at breakfast and you don't like something, you just throw a spoonful of sugar on that and eat it, and it's bam, you'll eat anything. So yeah, definitely at the back end, with just a hint of spice on the back end there, you know, kind of peppery spice, I would say. Delicious on the first run, absolutely delicious. And you know, I've been to the distillery, I've done the tours, I've been in the barrel rooms, and absolutely, you know, fantastic walking into those rooms and just getting, you know, the smells, you know, that oak wood smell in there, that you know, even some dampness you get in there, but like those beautiful sweet smells coming off the barrels, the sherry barrels and whatnot. And you know, Alistair, who used to manage that distillery, now at Clydeside Distillery, again a new one coming in, up and coming, worth getting. It's a lowland. That's what we're trying to do, is a lowland. And you know, this really, if you've hit those peat ones and you're thinking, whiskey's not for me, head back into this now, you know. And the idea here is for you to be taking a note, you know, if you've tried them, taking a note of what you liked and disliked about them, and that gives you the next step where you're going to be going, wait a minute, I like peach, and I like, you know, and you get a little bit of peach coming out of this one, and that kind of white peach coming through, I like that. This is kind of the level then you're aiming for. You're thinking, all right, Auchentoshan does that, I'll give them a shot. If you like that heavy smoky whiskey, then you're going to turn around and be like, actually, I like the old Buna, you know, that was my level, you know. You then step up the mark, you know, hitting the Lagavulins if you like stronger. So, you know, that's how we're starting to build the kind of picture of your flavour profile. That's what it's going to kind of bring out, and let you be able to diversify. And if you're not ready to buy a bottle, you wait till number 25, figure out, you know, what all the flavour profiles were, and then you're going to be able to look down that list and you're going to be able to say, I want to try that one. You know, this one, it's a good introductory whiskey. It's not expensive. You know, you're going to be paying about $40 for this, let's say, and it's a really good whiskey to drink. It's known as breakfast whiskey, and I always think there's a whiskey for every time of day. Absolutely. And when the owners are saying, hey, this is a breakfast whiskey, I love that. You know, it's one you can wake up with, nice and light, sit there with your, you know, your eggs, your fish, you know, boom, you're in. You've got a good whiskey for breakfast, absolutely. You know, you've got your Saturday night whiskies, you know, you want them to be, you know, bold and partying. This one's fantastic. You can sit and sup on this easily, 2 or 3 easily drank, and you know, it's a low ABV on this one. It's that 40%, what we'd say, like, you know, 80 ABV or something. So it really is, it's a good one to jump into. I think it's going to be fun. So tomorrow we'll get back day 8, another one, really nice one to look forward to. Cannot wait, and we'll see you then. Thanks for joining us again. Hit us on whiskyschoolus.com, or, you know, drop onto our Instagram, see what we're doing on there. Mostly this, to be honest. I don't have a lot of time for anything else, but it's been great. Chat tomorrow.